Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel that is all about being and remaining happy as an artist. And today's video is about the post-show blues. That feeling that you get when you, well, technically when you just finish a run, just finish a show, but I think that just, that can happen with all kinds of very intense projects that come to an end, and then you're like, oh. So it's like a bit like, I don't know, like maybe like a breakup. So here's 4 things you can do after you finish a run of a show in order to defy post-show blues. Right, so tip number 1, write down / reflect on what you learned on this contract. I think in order to let things go, especially when the time was very emotionally intense and also like a bit of a bubble, you need to pop out of the rabbit hole that you've just been in for the past weeks / months and kind of like assess and analyze what this experience has now contributed to the bigger picture of your life / career. You've just completed another chapter, and this chapter was before whatever's gonna come next, because there were X, Y, Z things that you had to learn in order to then conquer the next one. And also, if you've just finished a contract, be aware that what you've just accomplished might be a goal that you have set yourself, I don't know, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So connect this, find yourself on the timeline of your career, if you will. This is where you are now, and this is where you wanted to be when you were here. Trust that the arrow goes towards the right direction, and just project that upwards, and be ready for the next level, if you will. The next level is probably full of new things and discoveries and uncertainties. But you made it, the arrow goes towards the right direction. So yeah, congratulations. And what a very, 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 very close friend of mine always says, keep on keeping on. Tip number 2, go back to class. Enjoy using your craft and your skills for all kinds of styles. You've just done a legit show, find loads of new contemporary songs you can add to your rep. If you've just been in a very jazzy show, take some hip hop urban classes. Recenter yourself, because obviously the company that's basically just hired you has hired a certain skill set that they need for their show in order to present this to the audience. But now you can take that back and expand as who you are, not just within the stars of the show that you were in. Enjoy the freedom of having full ownership of what you do artistically, and use it wisely. Have fun with it, be creative, and discover new aspects of your art and your craft. Tip number 3, evening activities. Because you now have time in the evening, do all that stuff that you could never do. Watch your friends in their shows, go out, enjoy booking a table for 7:30 and not having to rush to the fish and chip shop after the show because you don't have any food at home and it closes at 11. Obviously depends on where you are. But indulge in that, dress up, meet up with a friend and go out for dinner, have a movie night, because you can actually start the movie at 8 o'clock. And not come home at 11:30, sweaty and tired. And if you were to watch a movie, you'd be up until 2 in the morning. As long as you have the time, and hopefully you will be employed very, very soon again, but as long as you have the time, use it. Have lovely evenings. Because evenings is usually the time where most of the people on this planet do the fun stuff. So you should definitely join in. And tip number 4, travel around and visit people you love. Maybe you're super lucky and everyone you love and you're best friends with is exactly where you just worked on your previous contract. But loads of people usually have friends and family all over the world, and I feel like especially artists usually know people everywhere. So take the time to travel around, because if you do 8 shows a week and you only got 1 day off, traveling is never really worth it. Unless you obviously use up your holiday, but you never know really what you might have to end up using it for. Travel around, explore the world outside of the show that you've just done for the past months. And this is also something I said in my previous video about drama school. Reconnect to the world, because when you're in that show, you just live your 8 shows a week life. And then you also half of the time live in that artificial world that the cast creates for the audience. So travel around, explore new things, be a citizen of this planet, and try to get out of that dense musical theatre bubble, because you're probably going to be sucked in by it again very, very soon. Right guys, so this was 4 things to help you through post-show blues. I know it's intense. We've just finished South Pacific last Sunday. It was very intense. It was a very great time. It was an amazing experience. And now it's just over, and it's crazy because like I think even in our last week we had a 9-show week, so it doesn't even like kind of like fade out gradually. It's just like over, bubble burst. But that's just also what it is, and I'm very grateful for it. Onwards and upwards. If you have just finished a show, congratulations. I'm sure that you're incredible. Fingers crossed that you're gonna book a new job very soon that might fulfill another dream of yours that you've had for years. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Apart from that, keep it up, live it up, and don't forget that in 400 years, no one's gonna give a what you did, so you might as well just have a nice life.